Hello everyone, this is Moses from Zaatar Gardens, and right now I'm going to show you one of my best kept secrets, two of them actually, in how I grow my asparagus in my garden. So most of you, or many of you actually, know asparagus as a April-May crop, maybe March in some places in the world, and maybe stretching into early June. But after many years of growing asparagus, I found a way to grow it about 4 or 5, maybe 6 months out of the year. I have 4 varieties of asparagus, and in this bed over here is 10 crowns of UC 157F1. You can see some of them went to fern, and I'll explain what happened there in a moment, and some are still good to eat. Really beautiful, beautiful asparagus. This is not ready yet, but this is perfect. That's pretty good. This is really good. That's delicious right here. And another little thing I'm going to show you as well in this video is what's underneath that pot right over there. Everything starts with the soil. When I first planted this asparagus, I put about 6 inches to 8 inches of wood chips, I believe, and a lot of seaweed, kelp. Not just the liquid and drench it into the soil, but actual kelp plants from the ocean. The other thing that is important is when I harvest my asparagus, I pull it directly from the crown. I don't just cut it at the base. And in that process, in my opinion, as you can see another one popping up over here, it spurs on new growth, catalyzes it. Kind of like when you prune a fruit tree, more growth will come from that point. Much like if you break the asparagus directly from the crown and not just snip it at the base up here about 1 inch above ground, this crown being exposed will spur off new growth. So in a couple days here, you'll see 2 to 3 asparagus coming from this point. All this growth throughout this entire bed is from me pulling out the ferns that grew throughout the summer about 5 days ago, and we have this much growth. I said I was going to talk about the ferns on why it ferns so quickly, and the reason for that was these past 3 days were above 90 degrees. It was forecasted to be in the mid 80s, and one day was 98 degrees a few days ago, and when that happens, they go straight up and fern out. Having asparagus in the fall is such a great feeling, knowing I don't have to go to the supermarket to purchase asparagus from miles and miles and miles away, or even thousands of miles away, and I could just have it right here, right now in my backyard. Back to the pot and what could mysteriously be underneath it. Now let's take a look. Have you guys ever eaten white asparagus before? Delicious. I could see why it fetches a huge dollar amount in the store, and why people run for this variety, which is not really a variety. It's 157F1, but with no sun on it, so there's no chlorophyll production. Let me show you the difference in color right now. This is extremely tender and very sweet compared to its sun-bathed brothers and sisters. So I recommend that everybody try something new. Do something different. Right now, this alone, I can't even find where I live here in California. You can't find white asparagus in the supermarket, at least where I live. And on top of it, try to find it fresh in the fall. So I have green asparagus and white asparagus in the fall, all the way up to Halloween. Happy gardening, everyone.
Okay, like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching, everyone.